Hello, everybody. Welcome to our eighth, is it eighth? Yeah.
I think so.
Facebook Live.
And it's the first Facebook Live this year.
Correct.
That's for sure.
This is already our second year doing it, and we are very proud of it. We hope we can carry on with these live lectures, as we really enjoy it, and we hope you enjoy them too. And we would like, first of all, to apologize for rescheduling it since last December. Unfortunately, we had to deal with certain circumstances, and the only way for us was to reschedule it, because we definitely didn't want to cancel it.
Right.
So can you please tell us, first of all, guys, if you can hear us well? Because we are testing some microphones here, and we have no idea about the outcome. We ran a few tests. It looked like everything works out well, but we definitely need your feedback. So if you can hear us well, please comment a plus. In this way,
leave us a comment. Yeah. It's the first time we're with mics, so we hope that the sound is better, that there's no echo, so you guys can hear us hopefully better. I can hear you.
Okay.
All right, great.
That's great.
Can you hear both of us? Because there are two different mics. We need to make sure that
maybe Liliia
both of us are heard.
Maybe Liliia muted me, and you can only hear her. So I have no voice today.
All right. While we are waiting for people to connect, we would like to also mention some of the lives that we done with you guys last year. So let me just pull it out.
Okay.
Pull it up. So we started January 2021.
Yeah.
Exactly 1 year ago. And our first live, all right, you can hear us, that's great. Our first live was presenting our PRISM methodology, and it was called Organize Your Dance Knowledge. We know many people joined. We really enjoyed that first experience. I have to say we were very nervous, right? Yeah. But we definitely got into doing more and more lives for you guys. Our second live was about posture. So we were right here actually at the studio, right? Doing the practical application.
That was in Ukraine.
Oh, all right,
yeah.
all right.
We've done two lives on
right.
posture. First one was when we traveled back to Ukraine, to Kiev. And then second one was in this studio with the practical application. And in terms of views, that was our most successful live. So those were number 2 and 3. Then number 4 was
overcome competition anxiety, right? So this
hopefully we all overcame it successfully together.
This was more in performance, and we were doing a lot of talking, and we really enjoyed that one, I think. We've also done the lead and follow one. Using our PRISM methodology, we went over layers, and so when we can actually lead and follow, and when we have to absolutely do our own individual work. So this was interesting, and we also got a lot of questions from our students and our viewers on lead and follow, because there's a lot of misconceptions, I think, on that one, especially in standard.
Correct.
And we also done 2 parts on how to overcome competition anxiety. So that was also two lectures, 2 live lessons, and one of them is on Facebook, right? Or both of them are on Facebook. The first part was more on personal goals, I think, right?
I think, Liliia, you're talking about how to deal with good and bad competition results. That was our two-part live.
How to deal with good and bad competition results. So that was really exciting. And again, reminding you guys that all these classes are on our YouTube and on our website, IaroslavLiliia.com. As well as this one, we're going to save it and we're going to post it for you to be able to rewatch it later on. But the best part of watching it live is that you can actually ask us questions. So we love questions. You guys are usually very active. We love to read the questions, maybe suggestions for the future lives. We appreciate that a lot. So if you guys have any special requests, any particular questions as the live lesson goes on, please don't be shy. Go ahead, type them. We will make sure that we can answer them today, or worst case scenario, we can text you or answer in the next live.
Sorry guys, I just have to finish something with this live.
All right, so we are going to wait a couple more minutes until more people connect. And Iaroslav is our technical support at the same time, multitasking as usual. Guys, let us know where you're watching from. where are you situated right now? We are always excited to see where our viewers are from. Just comment below if you can. Give us some feedback, some thumbs up. That is always a great appreciation. All right, Memphis. Hello, Jenny. Thank you for tuning in. That's great. We are in Pasadena, California. We are very lucky we have this beautiful studio. You're going to see a little bit of a mirror behind me as well. So we are very lucky that we have the studio today to be able to dance for you a little bit. Because today, as we're here, we're going to discuss popular open gold figures. So while you guys are typing the states or the cities you're watching from, we're going to talk a little bit about what's going to happen during today's live.
We have very ambitious plan to cover many figures, but I don't think we can fit in one lesson 1 hour. Hello, Natasha from Sarasota, Florida.
Hello.
I hope I will see you soon in a few days. And so we would like to begin with a few combinations and few open gold figures in Waltz that we feel are quite misunderstood and danced not necessarily in a clear and correct way. And we will disclose later. Then we will go to Tango, and hopefully, if we have enough time, we have some plan for Foxtrot. Foxtrot, I think, would be pretty easy, but still, there are things that we can learn on certain piece, and then later on transfer into basically any piece of your routine. We've been doing a lot of basic and syllabus in our previous videos, and we were talking in some lives about the basic steps. And we feel like right now it's time at least to mix it up with some open gold variations. By the way, we have recorded some open gold variation routines for you guys. And the first routine will be actually posted tomorrow on our YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube, please do. So we will be posting, I think, 1 or 2 videos per week. We have, again, ambitious plan, and hopefully everything is gonna work out well.
Yeah, guys, if you are dancing open gold, if you're practicing or performing, please let us know as well in the comments. Are you a syllabus dancer? Maybe you're in a bronze, silver, or gold level, or are you in an open level already? Please let us know. We are very interested in that.
Well, we know Natasha is definitely open gold level, and I think one combination for sure
she would have in her routine,
particular interest.
Natasha is Iaroslav's student. She competes actively, right? Yeah. So in those open gold routines that we've recorded for you, that are coming up very soon on our YouTube, you will find some interesting steps combination, interesting figures mixed together. So this is a little bit of inspiration for your choreographies, hopefully, or a little bit of ideas as well you might be able to apply.
The worst case scenario, you will get all this information and you will be able to judge people from the outside, whether they're doing it right or wrong.
Right. So Jenny says that I just started bronze level. All right.
Congratulations.
So, yes, that's
I
great.
do have a student right now who just started bronze level 2, and I think it's really exciting because you can learn a lot of technical things and details on this level that will really go a long way further for the silver and even for open gold. And my little friend advice to everybody who starts with bronze or silver: don't rush to go into the next level. Make sure you absolutely fully understand everything that is available on that level before you go further. And actually talking about this medal system, bronze, silver, gold, it only restricts you with the figures that you can dance, but it has no restriction with mechanics or dynamics or whatsoever. So any level is very exciting when you dance.
There are a lot of possibilities still,
yes.
Right? Even on bronze level. And you are going to recognize some of the elements you might know already from your from your syllabus. So this is also hopefully going to be helpful, right?
One more test that I actually want to run before we start this lecture. We need to understand if the front camera of our phone is in reverse or not. So if you guys can help us out. And
should we take a hold? to understand that.
Yeah, maybe we should take a hold and you guys tell us if it looks weird and in reverse or not.
Reversed,
because
right?
that will really help us later on when we film each other. Probably we would have to do that. So
All right.
Liliia, let's take a hold and then you guys tell us if you see us like a weird way or not weird way, especially when I turn around. If it's my left hand or not for you, okay? we are waiting for your for your feedback.
I think the front camera sometimes reverses during lives.
One time we've done live here and it was reversed, and I said, do you guys have questions? Reverse.
All right, great.
All right.
We will deal with that. We will flip the camera when we show you the steps, so everything. Oh, George says perfect.
Okay, so now we are confused if it's perfect or reversed. Yeah,
I
but
think to be safe, we're gonna flip the camera so we have
probably, yeah.
full control on the picture. All right. Okay.
Okay, let's start. So we are going to start with the slow waltz. This is open gold. And there is one particular variation that is, I think, very much misunderstood, not just by students, but even by professional dancers, amateurs and professionals. And that combination, I really start laughing often, laughing in a good way, of course, when I said, okay, guys, so show me or describe me what is your first like opening combination. And I love this answer when they say, oh, we just do pivots in the beginning. So every time I hear pivots, for me personally, it's like a red flag. Because very often when I actually look into something that is being called pivots, I can see almost no pivots in there. So there are definitely some spins and turns going on, but there are no continuous pivots like majority of people think. So we would like to break down that combination, and of course I have to say I really don't blame anyone. We are just very lucky with Liliia that we had some of the best teachers in the world that were able to break it down for us. Because guess what? Previously we would call it pivots too,
as well,
and
yeah.
We were doing a bunch of strange steps. We always had confusion with the footwork,
Rise
and so on
fall,
and so on.
and therefore musicality as well.
Correct. So please, if anyone can relate to that pivots opening combination,
if you know what we're talking about,
let us know. It will be interesting, and we will proceed and explain to you how it works anyways. So first of all, I think we are going to ask Liliia to demonstrate it because we feel like majority of people that are watching us are ladies, but I will demonstrate the men's part too. I promise.
We'll start with me.
So let's start from the natural turn and just show us all the combination, and then we will break us down. And because you guys are, let me see. Yeah, I will have to a little bit flip. Yeah, Natasha already says definitely relate. Okay. So
all right. So guys, we start.
Let me flip the camera.
I will talk it through at the same time as I will do a preparation step, half a natural turn. And I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 1, and 2, 3, 1, and 2, 3, and turn in lock, for example, to the promenade 3.
Correct. So we are not interested in turning lock so much, but we are interested in the first combination that Liliia has done.
Exactly.
So just to break down, from the very beginning, she has done her natural turn. I think everybody understands that. Correct. Now, from this natural turn, again, the combination of steps that Liliia is going to do are not just pivots, and they are not all the pivots in a row. So, Liliia, if you want to disclose what you're going to do, please let us know.
The first step, the first figure is an overturned spin turn, and the rhythm is 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to start forwards and spin, forwards and pivot in action as an ending of overturned spin turn. So let's do that one more time. And I'm going to do half a natural turn, 1, 2, 3. And from there we have an overturned spin turn, 1, 2, 3. Finishing backwards.
I would like to ask Liliia to do it one more time, and I would like to point out the footwork that Liliia does. So when she starts after the natural turn, yeah, so she is going to do heel, toe, 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 heel. Correct.
Correct.
Now you can, we will talk about the brush later. You can see that this footwork, especially when we're doing the first heel toe, should already tell us that we are about to rise on that step. This is really important in understanding the rise and fall there. So we're going to do heel toe, toe, she spins on that leg, toe flat, correct. Now, Liliia is being very nice right now doing the brush, and I would like to ask her actually not to do the brush for the reason that I will explain later. So she does it again. 1, 2, 3, heel toe, 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 flat. Correct, yeah. So the name of the step is overturned, spin, turn. And
Correct.
that is the very first motion that we are involved with after the natural turn.
All right.
Now,
proceeding forwards, right?
Yeah.
After that overturned spin turn, if we would like to keep spinning and pivoting across the floor, what we will do is we're going to take a one step back and we're going to create a pivot to the right. So that is a single natural pivot that we're going to do in order to link the spin turn to the next part. Mm-hmm. So again, after we have done an overturned spin turn, 1, 2, 3, we have a pivot on 1. What we do next is going to be as well an overturned spin turn with a syncopated rhythm. So we can say the syncopated overturned spin turn. And 2, 3.
So as you can see, guys, this is the same step, but now the rhythm changed. Instead of doing 1, 2, 3, we are doing and 2, 3. And this adds the syncopation to the same step.
Right.
So if we just break down the names of the steps, you can already see that those are not pivots. Those are
basically spin turns, right?
Correct.
So there are more spin turns.
We only have one pivot here.
Yeah. Obviously, when we're doing any kind of spin turn, there is an element of a spin, which is a turn. And later on, you will see in gentleman's part, there is an element of a pivot. So there is a pivoting action inside a spin turn figure. And I often get a question from my students, what is the difference from a pivot to a spin turn? And they're both turning, right? Usually the pivoting action is going to happen on the way down. So we're going down as we're turning, as opposed to a spin action that is going to go up as we're turning. So this is the main difference between spins and pivots, and this will determine your footwork, because in a pivot you will put the heel down at some point before you release it, and in a spin you would obviously stay up, therefore you would stay up on your toe. And this determines the footwork in this particular piece. So let me just connect it one more time and dance the spins and pivots for you here. All right, Iaroslav, am I in the camera?
You're in the camera, and as Dima joined us, I will screw up a little bit the picture because I need to do something like that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
better.
this must be better light, right?
Yeah. Dima Nikolaev, thank you so much for the microphone. I think people can hear us. This is really good.
All right, let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, so as we are doing our piece, yeah, we start with a natural turn and we proceed an overturned spin turn. 1, 2, 3. Natural pivot. 1, syncopated overturned spin turn. And 2, 3. And we can continue the same way. Pivot 1, syncopated spin turn, and 2, 3. And there we continue on and on and on until, if we would like to, we can, let's say, finish with our sway and proceed to the turning log to the promenade.
Correct. Now, previously I have stopped Liliia with the brushes.
Yes.
Brushes is something that I don't know why, since I don't have too many of them, but something I'm very concerned with when girls do it and boys too, because a brush. Actually, let me go here.
In
yeah,
the
I don't want to be a voice from above, because Brush is not an action. This is really important to understand. Brush is the result of certain actions and motions. And very often people do it artificially just because they've been told or they think it looks better. But we are here for organic brushes, not for artificial brushes. So there is an opportunity for the girl to do a brush here on the overturned spin turns. Not on the pivot, because definitely on the pivot you're just going back and pivoting on the left foot, right? So when there is an opportunity to do a brush, in order for you to have a result brush, what you need to understand is that you have to be engaged in a very strong momentum and motion, and brush is a combination of that motion, release of the body weight, and a pickup. So the pickup really is one of the most important points here. Of course, considering that there is no problem with stability and you do the correct direction. So you might want to look at that one too.
Right.
Let
me demonstrate the brush,
yeah,
and then I would like to take a look at the rise and fall as well in this particular piece. Yeah. Because as well, by calling this piece pivots, we used to do the same mistake. Many people do this mistake. We hope you will not. The mistake is keeping it all flat, no rise and fall. And the problem is that the rhythm is not very clear, therefore it becomes very flat and the footwork is not very clear. So everything becomes basically a heel lead. But before we do the rise and fall, let me just demonstrate what Iaroslav just said about the brush. So let's take a first overturned spin turn after our half a neutral, and as we're going to do that overturned spin turn, we're going to go down in the first part of the first step and start rising in the end of the first step. We're going to continue rising in the second step. As we're going to rise, we're also going to turn, and as we continue forward, we're going to finish the pivot. So if I rise really a lot and if I have a lot of progressive momentum, this will lead me to a brush. I do not want to artificially rounding my foot or bring it under my body. This would be a common mistake, moving the moving leg by itself. I'm really allowing it to hang underneath my side, and therefore it will create, it will come under my body basically and create a brush because of me rising, turning and moving. So again, going up, going down in the first step.
Down and up
and pivot, right? So the brush is the result of a rise, turn, and as Iaroslav said, a lot of progressive momentum, okay? So we want to make sure that we're not doing anything extra with that moving foot.
All right.
Rise and fall real quickly before we make Iaroslav dance this one again. So, as we're doing our natural turn, this is down, up, and over. We have our spin turn, down, up, and over. We have our natural pivot, which goes down, and then again we have a down, up, and over. So as you can see, because of me going up on the spin turn, my last pivot in action after my spin in action is a toe heel, all right? Which is different from people usually doing all heels. So if I'm going up and my next step is going to go from the heel, this would be a bad mistake. It is very similar to going from the heel in the promenade, something we wouldn't do.
Oh no.
Something we would never do.
Please
even
don't.
Yeah, when we start, this would probably be the worst mistake, and our teachers would point out that right away we cannot go down from the promenade, let's say, using a heel lead. Same thing with our overturned spin turns. Once we went up, cannot make a heel lead on the last step. It's going to be a toe, heel, finishing that pivot in action.
Of course, understanding really the breakdown of the figures in this combination, and therefore understanding, I'm gonna appear again.
Appear in the camera.
And therefore understanding the footwork, that will give you understanding the rise and fall, that will give you the right footwork. Because we've dealt with a lot of people that have been very much confused about the footwork here, and because it just looks like, again, bunch of pivots. So if you think those are all pivots, of course you have to do all heel toes when you're going forward, but it's not. So this is where the problem starts. If you think it's pivots, you limit yourself with the rise and fall, and therefore you cannot really have certain part with the up and down that creates more lightness and power for you, and it becomes really confusing and actually heavy and difficult to dance.
Yes, if we take a look at the musicality using the rise and fall, it's also very interesting because we can create that light and shade that Iaroslav is talking about. So going down on one end and then up on 2, 3 will create a lot of level change and a lot of acceleration and suspension. Acceleration on the way down on one end and deceleration, suspension on 2, 3. So that creates a lot of interesting musicality as well in your dancing.
And from our experience, again, everybody is different. Some people feel freer and easier to release down to the with the gravity, and some people feel more power actually when they do the pickup and then they let it go. So whether you emphasize in the down part or the up part, you still need to know what you're dancing, and you still need to understand what is what are those figures in this combination, so you can do that.
All right, now it's Yaroslav's turn.
You can go
behind the
camera. Be careful, it's actually not so easy. So I will show quickly the way Liliia showed the ladies part. I will show quickly the men's part. Let me demonstrate it for you first. So I'm going to do natural turn, then I'm going to do overturn, spin, turn, pivot, syncopated, overturn, spin, turn. Again, pivot, syncopated, overturn, spin, turn. Yeah.
It is not easy, that's for sure.
Yeah. Of course, I'm doing right now with a low energy, 2 miles per hour, but I would like to make sure that I'm not skipping any footwork or anything like that. So we start here with the natural turn. That will be 1, 2, 3. Now, my next one will be overturned spin turn. Again, those are not just pivots. So my overturned spin turn, again, will be 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And I have to finish on my left foot flat here. In terms of rise and fall and footwork, that would be for me toe, heel, heel, toe, toe, heel. Of course, the important part would be the heel toe part when I do the pickup.
Let me just add one more thing. When Iaroslav is doing the very first pivot, so if he's going to do a half a natural turn, and the very first pivot, the left footwork is going to be toe, heel, toe, as he releases the backward toe going out of that foot. This is an interesting footwork for all the pivots we do here. So toe, heel, toe is a challenging one. Yeah, but
then there is a heel toe on my right foot, and then toe, heel on my left foot when I arrive here. Okay?
Correct.
So this was my overturned spin turn part with just straight time in 1, 2, 3. Now we are going into the pivot. So I will be going to the pivot, and I will just give you more or less the book technique here. So I will be pivoting on my right foot. So therefore, this will be a heel toe, heel. Am I correct, Liliia?
Yes.
Yes. And then Liliia is my personal book with the dance technique. And then the next one, I will be starting my motion backwards for the syncopated overturn spin turn, which will be
the same pivots in action.
Toe, heel, toe, and then toe, heel to finish it. So let me do it one more time. Starting my pivot going forward, so that will be heel, toe, heel, and then going backwards into the syncopated overturn spin turn, toe, heel, toe, toe, heel, and I will just finish it here. So let's again do it one more time from the very beginning with the breakdown. So if I count with the natural turn, that would be 4 different figures combined here, okay? Not just pivots. So I'm going 1, 2, 3, natural turn, then overturn, spin turn. 1, 2, 3, pivot, 1, and then syncopated overturn, spin turn, and 2, 3. If I need to copy paste it, then again, I will be going with the pivot, 1, and then again, and 2, 3. If I need to do it again, 1, and 2, 3. All right? So again, by understanding the differences in this, by understanding that there are different figures here and knowing the footwork, you can definitely work more with the rise and fall, with this pick up and release, and you can get more power from it. So if I do a little bit better job with the power and I increase 2 miles per hour to 7, that would be going for me down and up here. Then my release will be down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down. You have to try to be as gradual as possible, but I hope you can follow and understand the logic of it. Please don't do a mistake of doing just the pivots. This is one of our options with Liliia to start our routine, but we don't use it actually too often because we have certain alternative starts that are most of the time more efficient at the competition. However, this is a very good striking opening part for any open gold choreography in Waltz, and you can not just start with it, you can definitely do it somewhere in the middle of your routine. God bless you, because that's not very easy physically. But it is, I mean, it is very effective start. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Did we have any questions?
No questions, just hearts.
Okay.
Thank you for your comments. I wanted to say that, yeah, it is a very challenging part, but for some reason, all our students, they are very eager to learn it. So they all come with this idea of pivots.
I think we should go check
Maybe
if there are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we noticed that definitely there is a lot of interest towards this piece. In order to make it easier for you guys, so we're going to do a little bit of talking, yeah? In order to make it easier for you guys, we want to mention that as in any rotary figure, rotation as a body action is absolutely necessary. So if you're going to take a look at one of our previous lessons, it is on YouTube, on our body actions on mechanics. It is also on our website. I think if you go to the website, you will find all of them for sure. So body actions, rotation, it is an absolute key for your spins and pivots here. So the more continuous turns you have, the more necessary it is for you to learn how your body can actually deal with that and lead that. I often say that our body rotation is our steering wheel in the car. When you're driving, you're obviously not turning every wheel separately, you're just turning the steering wheel and it turns the wheels and turns the car. So basically you do want to take a look at those body actions in order to make those pivots much easier. Very quickly, guys, do you have any questions? Was everything clear with this breakdown? Because this breakdown really can be a big help if you struggled with the, you know, with the pivots, so-called. So please let us know. If it's clear, great, we can go further. If you have any questions, we're more than happy to answer them. Especially during this live format, it's great that we can really communicate live. Yeah, let us know if there was anything new, if you have found out maybe about those spin turns, if you've never heard about them before. And if you're watching this pre-recorded on YouTube, please comment. We are going to answer under the video. Right. Okay. Very clear. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. So the next one that for sure we're going to cover today, we are going to Tango. And in Tango, there is again a very important piece that sometimes people use just the way we're going to show you. Sometimes people use it in two different pieces. So we would like to cover Fallaway whisks into the stop lock. And again, we will demonstrate this for you. Please let us know if you can relate to that combination.
we would like to show you the popular mistakes that are happening in Fallaway whisks and in the stop lock, and especially there is a lot of misunderstanding, I think, for the stop lock, because it contains different elements that is very much misunderstood. Okay, thank you for your cheerful messages. We really appreciate, and we are glad that it was clear. So for the Fallaway whisks, yeah.
Let me demonstrate. Or
Liliia can demonstrate. I would like just to point out, oh, excited for Fallaway. Great.
That's great.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you,
I would
guys.
like to point out a few things about Fallaway whisk. I think we need to demonstrate really together, for the reason that Fallaway whisk requires change of position. So we are going from promenade to close position and again to promenade position. Actually, it's a promenade position. We also can call it Fallaway position. We hope you...
Which the name of the figure comes from.
We hope you understand our logic here. I feel like a lot of people are doing also mistake when they transition from this Fallaway or from original promenade position to closed position, because the rotation somehow is not turning to the right anymore. But I mean, there are certain problems. So we would like to show you guys what is the problem here. Okay, so I'm going to turn the camera one more time.
I'm very glad that we have the microphones today, so we
Okay.
can talk from far away into the
and
camera.
you said you can hear us. All right. So when we do those Fallaway whisks in Tango, we will just demonstrate it for you here gently. We start in the promenade position, as you can see. Our bodies has this, we call it Y relationship between us. There is an angle that shows that we stay in the open position. Now, from this promenade, what we are going to do is we're going to take 2 steps, and from here we have to transition into the closed position. In order to do that, we both have to be turning to the right. It just the man on the outside edge of the turn has to do more moving and turning, so that allows us, as you can see, to go to the closed position. So right now we're closed, absolutely parallel with Liliia, and in here that allows us to go further and keep turning to the right to get again back to this Fallaway position, which is promenade. Yeah. We know that you cannot see us, so we are going to turn here. But that angle that we stopped in, the angle is very, very important. This is one of our points that we would like to address just in a moment. So one more time. The first thing is transition from promenade position in the beginning to closed position to Fallaway position. And Fallaway position, remember guys, it's a promenade with a step backwards. So basically, we can also call it a promenade, but we will call it Fallaway as...
Because it's a Fallaway position.
Because it's a Fallaway position. So again...
All right. So promenade, starting off in promenade.
Starting in promenade, then both me and Liliia, we are turning to the right. I'm going to close position here. And then again, we are turning to
as
the
we
right
keep turning to the right, notice how we're going to finish the turn with a Fallaway position. So I'm going to open to Fallaway already by the end of the turn, and then we're going to both proceed back into the whisk.
Yeah. So again, guys, it is hard on the video to see all the directions, but we definitely are more underturned in relation to the position that we have started right now, right? Because we started on camera and we did not finish on camera. We are underturned. Now the next step that man does will be actually going line of dance. So I will be again going with my next step, and you will see that I will be turning myself to the camera. That's the extra amount of turn to the right that we need. Now from here, basically, we start all over again. We both are turning to the right. I go around my partner to the closed position. She goes forward, turning to the right, and we again underturned in relation to the camera in the Fallaway position. If we need to do any kind of pivot or anything like that from there, then we keep on turning to the right. So One of the important points is when you have a natural turning figure, you must turn to the right and never turn to the left. The amount of turn may vary, so you might turn, let's say, a lot to the right on the first step, no turn on the second step, and a little bit more on the third step, but there is absolutely nothing in your body should turn to the left. Having said that, let's show the mistake that people are doing.
Yeah.
So, of course, you know how they say...
Do you want to do the first one solo?
Let's do it together.
Yeah.
Okay. There is only one way to make it right and like 1,000 ways to make it wrong.
Many
so we cannot cover the 1,000 ways, but we will show you the popular
right?
one. Yeah. So the mistake is, as we're going from promenade, as I'm going to turn to the right to Liliia, Liliia will be turning actually to the left to me to this closed position. And then from this closed position, anyways, we have no option but keep turning to the right. But that turn, I call it, turn like inside the frame. That turn is unnecessary. We don't have to do it. We're losing dynamics with that. I think it's easier to execute until a certain extent, and that's why people are doing it, or there is some misunderstanding.
I feel like girls often are very anxious and they like to come back to closed position as soon as possible, or they're trying to help their partners, so they're trying to give that right side forward to them at no matter what cost.
I would like to show it one more time, actually back in the camera,
Different
because
angle, right?
I think that will be more beneficial. We are not doing the hold.
Just so you can see the body.
Yeah, just because you can see the body. So let's do it this way. So as we go through, the correct way would be, if you look at Lilia's back, we will be turning both of us to the right here. Okay? Now the wrong one would be, one more time. The wrong one would be if we go through and then Liliia turns to the left to close. And
now
then we're
I'm most
turning
likely
to the right.
going to be late in a full speed. I'm going to be late going around my partner in the next figure.
Well,
so,
we're
again,
dealing with talented dancers, and they can cover up and not being late, I believe.
Yeah.
But it is just wrong. There is technique, and we have to follow.
So this is our first position change from promenade back to closed parallel to each other. And the second position change, also crucial for Fallaway whisk. Very often we deal with ladies peeling off the partner or really, flying away, especially when the guys apply a lot of turn. They cannot cope with that. So that is something to do with the position change and with the timing when we change that position. So it is very important to know when, in order to be able to stay centered and not, pull away from each other.
Okay.
So as soon as we have, we can do that way.
Yeah.
So as soon as we have changed from our promenade again to our closed position, and we have both rotated to our right, now it is time for us to change to Fallaway. As I'm going to continue forwards and Iaroslav is going to continue backwards, we're also going to open to Fallaway position. So my feet and head are going to turn more than my body, opening me in relation to Iaroslav to Fallaway, and then we both proceed back in the whisk. And then we can turn on the recovery. So as you can see, we're still turning to the right. Yaroslav's body is going to turn a little bit more to the right, and my feet and head are going to turn more to the right than my body, creating that Fallaway position. The most popular mistake here is that we tend to create Fallaway position too late, one step too late. So if we do that during the whisk, this is why we're actually going to separate from our partner, peel off, pull, all the centrifugal force going to hit us right in the face. So all the bad things.
I hope so.
So if we do, this is going to be a wrong one. If we do, let's say this one we skip. If we continue forward with no turn, get on the foot and try to open together with a whisk, hopefully that was seen, right? If we do that one more time, just the whisking part. If I'm going to go forward and now try to open with a whisk, most likely I will be peeling off my partner, because this is two actions done at the same time, the action and the movement, which is not quite synchronized in sequence. And
let me go check
please
if
go
there
ahead.
if there are some questions.
So try to really, the point here is trying to really open to Fallaway and then whisk back separately, in a way, in the sequence. Anything we do, we have to put in the sequence. Don't try to do all the actions all once in the same time. Any questions out there?
Okay, looks like no questions at the moment. I would like to mention that we are not fans of dancing without hands. So we are not we're not trying to to cultivate this exercise, dance without hands or whatever. We just showed you because we think it's the best way for you guys to see it on camera. We personally have no problem dancing without hands, but not because we were practicing that particular exercise. And I think that exercise can be a little bit dangerous.
For the posture.
Yeah, for the posture, you might really break your posture when you dance without hands. For me, this is like a non-essential exercise, really. But I know that a lot of people are getting very excited about this exercise, and that somehow impresses them. So I've been asked a lot of questions about this dancing without hands, and I just realized that we're doing it right now with Liliia, but we are not really practicing this exercise. In fact, I think it can be very, very dangerous. So don't try it at home, okay, by yourself, only with the teacher.
Yeah, this one, just really focus on changing the positions, all right? So where are we turning? We have to determine either it's a reverse figure or it's a natural figure, and we have to make sure that our body parts are turning that direction. They can be turning in sequence, not everything at the same time, hopefully not everything at the same time. But nevertheless, we want to continue the flow into the direction of the figure so we can build a lot of power and a lot of momentum.
Correct.
Right.
Should we go further?
Yes, yeah. Yaroslav's probably going to demonstrate.
Which one?
Do it by yourself. The Fallaway whisk into the transition for the stop lock.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
And I'm going to be a camera.
Okay.
Because it is going to move a little bit more. And
again, guys, I would like to mention directions, even though it's really challenging through the camera. So if we imagine we do it on the short side, and I imagine that's my short side. As I'm going here and turn into close position, as you can see, my head and my feet will be pointing almost towards the same direction I'm coming from. So this is how much. My turn is like 180 degrees, basically. Now, where a lot of people are turning way too much here. So after that turn, then my step has a lot of rotation to the right, because this is how, from this Fallaway position, from the whisk, I'm going to keep going to LOD, and then again turn, and then again have this underturn position. So now, if I do this transition to the stop lock, we need one pivot, I believe. So as I'm going through and doing the pivot here, actually two pivots in order to get to the stop lock. Then when I'm doing the stop lock, which looks like that, with the reverse pivot at the end, that's the next step that we would like to discuss here. So first of all, when we are doing the stop lock, and I'm sure Liliia will demonstrate the ladies part later, when we're doing the stop lock, it's only one lock, one cross here. And very often people are misunderstanding that step, and they are doing two locks somehow, because they confuse the last reverse pivot with the lock. And again, I personally understand how confusing it can be, including the amount of rotation and the leg position here. But we have to understand that after those two pivots, as I'm going backwards, this is my cross. Now, as I untwist here, my next step would be reverse pivot. So I'm coming back to my left leg. I do quite a big pivot on my left foot. Then I'm going backwards, and let's say I'm going to close my feet at the end. So the mistake would be, I have to do it wrong right now. So I do the cross here, and then I move backwards into another cross before I'm going to close my feet. And that moving backwards part into the cross is just not right. I mean, if you want to modify the step somehow, then at least be true to yourself. Don't say you're doing a stop lock with the pivot.
Yeah, a little disclaimer, right? This is a popular mistake in all reverse pivots, right? As people tend to cross instead of a pivot. So we would like to probably take a look. You would like to take a look at the
all reverse pivots
that you might have in your routine, so you're not crisscrossing your legs.
Like Fallaway reverse slip pivot involved.
Yes, even in basic, right? We have reverse pivots in quick step and bronze. Already in bronze, you want to take a look that you're not crossing your legs, but you are aware that it is a pivot to the left.
Closed gold has a lot of reverse pivots too, in a different combination.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So now, in terms of how can we produce power here in this step, keeping the original technique. So when I do the first cross, and again, this can be the whole separate independent lecture here, but when I do the first cross, my rotation of the skull of my head is something that should drive my figure here. So as I'm going...
You mean the only cross, Iaroslav?
Yeah.
Not the first cross.
The one and only cross. So as I'm going backwards, notice how my head turns to the right, body follows the head, and then the head turns to the left and stops my body. Now from here, I keep on turning everything to the left for the pivot before going backwards and closing my feet.
Maybe you would like to show a stop lock facing the camera, moving backwards?
Yes. So I go from here, turn, come back, and close my feet. Okay? If you want, you can count, Liliia. So I can do it.
And quick, and quick, 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 and.
My God, that was so fast.
I think you were faster than me, no?
Okay, so we have one cross, reverse pivot. That's important. If you would like to highlight certain things here, what you can highlight, there is an opportunity to highlight with the rotation of the head, and then there is opportunity to highlight with the reverse pivot. That again will ground you a little bit more on the left leg before going backwards and closing your feet. Okay?
Very good.
So maybe we switch, and then
Yes.
Liliia will show the latest part now.
All right.
If you have any questions, please let me know.
Let us know, yes. So for the stop lock, it is also very often that we activate, and I think in general in Tango, right, Iaroslav, we often tend to activate too much from the upper body that makes us slow, and especially in the stop lock situation, we want to see that our...
That's true, yeah. But Liliia went deep into the metrics with this one.
Our stop lock, as Iaroslav says, is activated a lot by the head. And many times you will see that actions in Tango are activated by the head, which creates a reaction in the body and creates a faster motion, therefore. So if we were to do our Fallaway whisks, let's say diagonally to the wall here, and we're going to do both of them, 2 Fallaway whisks, slow, quick, 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 quick. We're going to do pivots, yeah, and one more pivot to recover from that. And as we're going to proceed to the stop lock, I'm going to turn to my right and create a shoulder lead position. And this is going to be a direction of my stop lock, diagonally forwards and to my left. I'm going to go diagonally into that step on the ball of the foot. And here I'm going to cross my foot behind, following my partner's rotation. And then I'm going to untwist and create again a shoulder lead step forwards. And this step, I have an opportunity to either turn my head to the right or create a double action with my head right-left. Yeah, so this is an opportunity for me to create my head active action. So if I take a look at the stop lock one more time, quick and quick. So if I choose to do my double action, I'm going to start turning my head to the right as I cross, and I'm going to turn my head back to the left as I uncross and do the last step. From there, I'm going to start turning my body to my left, and I'm going to come back onto that right foot that is staying there. I'm not replacing it to go into the cross. I'm simply turning into it. And you see, if I've done that correctly, I will have a sense of cross by the end of reverse pivot. Notice how the moving leg is not traveling. It is the body that is going on the foot. And then I'm going to proceed with quick, quick end. Sort of a Venus cross ending or a side cross ending, whatever we choose to do later on. All right, so let's take a look one more time at the side cross, sorry, at the stop lock, right? Stop lock before we do the side cross. Quick and quick, quick pivot, quick, 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 end. Iaroslav has decided to follow me with the camera.
Yes.
All right, and all together with the Fallaway whisk, we're going to do a little practice hold. Slow, quick, turn to the right, quick, turn the head and feet, quick, whisk back, quick, recover into the next Fallaway whisk. We're going to turn, quick, rotate the body, quick, turn the head and feet, quick, whisk back, quick, recovery, pivot to the right, and one more pivot to the right, stop lock, quick, shoulder lead, quick, and quick, pause on quick, pivot, quick, 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 end. All right, so this is a popular combination. You must have seen it somewhere at the competitions, if not doing it by yourself, right?
If not, we can show you right now, actually. Right?
Yeah, you want to show it together, right?
Yeah.
So guys, please pay attention. Position changes once again. Stop lock as the head leads the cross and leads the recovery from the cross, and the reverse pivot in the end.
Correct.
So hope we can fit it all on the
we
camera.
can fit it on, yeah. Let's try with the, yeah. So we go slow, quick, 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 and quick, 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 quick.
End.
Or end, yeah.
All right.
As you can see, we were maintaining the rotation to the right at all times. And then at the end, when we were doing the stop lock, I would like to do it one more time. See how we were using our head rotation to turn and stop ourselves. And then we went into the reverse pivot. One more time. So we go quick and quick, 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 and.
All right, very good.
Okay.
That was great.
Thank you. Okay, so let's come back here.
All right, so hopefully guys it is very clear for you. We try to do our best showing all the actions. Hopefully the camera is showing the good angles as well. Please, if something is not as clear for you, or if you have any additional questions, please let us know. I think these two figures in Waltz and in Tango, they're quite popular. So you must use them sometimes, or you will see them many times, I'm sure, at the competitions. Thank you so much for your comments. We're very happy to read them.
Please let us know if you have any questions, because that's very challenging to do it through the video. We do it anyways because we enjoy doing it, but we would like to make sure it's clear, our message is clear, and it comes across.
All right, while we're waiting for the comments, thank you so much, guys, for joining us again. We are very happy to come back live, and we're intending to keep doing them once a month for you, at least.
Yeah.
We are very excited to create more and more dance videos for you this year. We have a great, ambitious, as Iaroslav says, plan for a lot of dance content for you. As well as those lives, so we'd like to interact with all of you guys, with our students and new people, obviously.
If you would like to share, thank you for your comments. Really appreciate Deborah, Jerry, and Natasha. If you would like to share this live video, you're more than welcome. Again, that will be on our YouTube page as well, and our website. So tomorrow we will post the first video of the series of open gold variations. So we're into open gold right now, as you can see. We post the syllabus for the short while, and we hope you are going to enjoy tomorrow's video too. Share it as much as you can. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Yes, we hope to meet you at the Emerald Ball too, Jerry. We will be there for sure. And we will be actually coming to New York very soon for New York Dance Festival. We will be teaching there before the competition. So if you guys want to see us, if you have any questions regarding your dancing, we'll be more than happy to help you. Just message us or email us.
And guys, please subscribe to our newsletter to our Telegram channel, to our YouTube. You can find all the links on our social media, on our pages. In this case, if you stay up to date with whatever videos we post, we will be posting a lot this nearest time, right? Yeah. So please subscribe, stay with us, and hopefully our information, our videos, our teaching will be helpful, beneficial for your dancing. And
we're definitely back after the holidays.
Yes, season. We're definitely back into dancing. We haven't covered foxtrot today because I think it's going to take a big chunk of the time today, but we will definitely make another series of open gold figures from the studio so we can dance for you a little bit, as well as our lives when we are more lecturing, sort of talking through the subject. So yes, George says see you soon on Monday, I think. This is you, Iaroslav.
Sorry, Liliia will not be there.
I'm not in Florida
George
this
thought
time.
Maybe you will have short vacation. But we've had a lot of vacation recently.
Yeah.
It's time to get back to work.
But I will definitely be happy to come once. So
thank you guys. Thank you for your
much.
time. We really enjoyed doing it for you. And please stay updated because we're going to announce dates for the next live very soon. We hope we will be able to make it in February. All right? Have a good Sunday. Have a good day.
Stay safe.
Bye-bye.
Bye.